course, you can also argue that that Rebellion was a little bit too greedy as well. Against the 2 base all-ins, he was getting a 4th base, he was taking up. As it all did matter then and there. And here we go, we're getting to our fresh series this morning. In the bottom right hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself representing StarCraft Gaming. It is MindelVK. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, we have the Italian Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our PvP. Now, coming into this, MindelVK just took down Prome in the previous PvP, of course. Looking very solid, looking very in form. Meanwhile, LetaleX, he has been on the rise as of late. LetaleX has been getting better and better results over the past couple of months. It's been a recent rise, a recent growth for LetaleX. Getting better results. He's still the underdog, I will say. Like, LetaleX is still kind of, you know, making a name for himself and rising through the ranks. He's still kind of working on that. And this is going to be a big challenge for LetaleX to take it to MindelVK. Best of luck. Best of luck. For now, 2-gate opener out of Mindel, 2-gate opener out of LetaleX. 2-gate openers all around. Welcome once again to Golden Aura. Golden Aura is one of the larger and one of the older maps in the map pool. Was around a couple of years ago during the COVID era of StarCraft. Like 2022, 2023-ish era of StarCraft. Not too long ago. A couple of years. Again, it's a very large map. In other matchups, was known for longer and later games. Was known for the late game. But here in PvP, I mean, you can proxy, you can reinforce, you can be very aggressive. So the map matters a little bit less here in this matchup. Just because of the mobility of the army, but also because of the warping mechanic. So with proxies, you can still be very aggressive in the face of your opponents. For now, we're settling in. LetaleX does open up with a 2-gate opener into a faster expansion, Sentry Expand, a very greedy build here by LetaleX, and he also attempts the pylon block. There we go, there's a pylon, there's a block. With that, LetaleX does take an economic lead. MindelVK is going to be slightly behind in set economy. This is working on that pylon. Cancellation, there's a Nexus. And again, a nice little lead here for LetaleX. So far, so good. From here, we get into our tech of choice. Do we go into a Twilight Council, Stargate, or Robo? Where are we headed? We have the answer. Robo opener out of LetaleX, going for earlier Immortal production. This is going to be a more safer, more defensive build here from our blue Protoss. Makes sense after the more economic start. Meanwhile, Twilight Council out of MindelVK. MindelVK is going to be the aggressor. At least early on. LetaleX's opener, this can lead into a 2-base all-in. It can lead into a Glaive Adept, a Mass Immortal all-in, so bear that in mind. This can still turn into something more aggressive later, but initially he will relinquish map control. Gives it up. The reasoning for this is by going for a Twilight Council, you have Blink, and with Blink you have a very mobile composition and you can be active on the map and you can poke in, poke out, blink away. Going for a Robo opener leads into Observers for detection, Immortals for a more robust army. Does decide to open up with a War Prism. This does give LetaleX the potential, the ability to harass, that is true, but he still has to be careful. As with this, you can ferry Adepts into the main, into the bases. Speaking of, here they come. Depths are spotted. Sorry, just stretching. Yeah, stretching. But here you go, you can see the load up and 2 Adepts taking one-shot workers, so we're going for the Prism into the main base to harass while we build up Immortals back at home. Their base also being taken, and I'm curious to see if this Twilight Council is for charge or for glaives. One is more macro oriented. Here you can see MindelVK is hunting for that prism. Oh no! He's in position. One more volley. Oh my god, the prism does go down. Massive pickoff. Shuts down the prism, shuts down the adepts. LetaleX, he is going to be denied. And he's going to blink. He's going into a blink follow-up here. Now, this is dangerous just because LetaleX is going to be a window in time where MindelVK has blink and LetaleX does not. Gonna be stuck with vanilla stalkers. We have the proxy gateway. MindelVK, instead of expanding, he's going for the 2 base all-in. So 2 base all-in out of MindelVK. We have a massive gateway explosion. 4 gates on the way. 2 gates already done. It's gonna be a 2 base, 6 gate all-in out of MindelVK. And LetaleX took a third. He took a third off of 2 gates. 2 gateways, 3rd base, minimal warp ins. LetaleX, he is vulnerable. The immortals do help, true. Does have immortals. But that he has 1, soon to be 2. Nice force fields, trying to lock down the army, but blink is done. See, chat, this is the last best of 3 tonight? Yes, yes. Last one. Then it's breakfast time and then bed time. I was tempted to have a ladder session after this, but I think I'm a little bit too tired for that. I think I should sleep at least a little bit. Bedge would be nice. Oh, as he blinks in, he can 2-shot. Yeah, he can 2-shot the immortals. Gets 1, gets the other. Immortals go down. And MindelVK, he just has an overwhelming army. He's got 14. Sorry, he's got double the stalker count. Over double. There's a guardian shield. Gets up the ramp. Remember, he can blink away. So can LetaleX. He's got his own blink. But the numbers just are not in his favor. The shield barriers are helping. They do what they can. But the immortals in the back line trying to get involved. And LetaleX, can he hold on? Okay. He is holding. Does bleed out 6 pros, but he does defend his 3rd. And there's a very late 3rd base here for MindelVK. MindelVK, this is meant to end the game, by the way. He's meant to end the game. He's meant to kill. He's got to keep going. He can 1-shot. Ooh. Gets punished. Again, 26 stalkers. He dives in. Gets 1. Ooh, almost gets 2. Gets 1 of the immortals. It does make his way towards the main. Tries to avoid the main fight. And does get a couple of pickups here. Not bad. Takes down 2 stalkers. And another. But for the most part, LetaleX, he maintains the economy. This is what matters here. He has a 3rd base. It's saturated. As MindelVK's his own is just getting saturated just now. LetaleX is surviving. Is building up the immortals. He's got 2, soon to be 3 immortals. MindelVK is moving in. I'd say shades to the mineral line, not bad. Probes going down. 2 I'd say 1-shot probes. Getting 3, getting 4, getting up to 5. Oh. There we go, 5 probes. But again, that's still, we're hitting critical mass of immortals, getting into a 4, soon to be 5 immortals. As the game is slowing down, LetaleX was able to get away with defending his third base. Now he's working towards his fourth. Again, he's building up his army. With Glaive Adepts on the way from MindelVK, his army composition is very committed. It doesn't really scale too well into a longer game. He has +1, getting to +2, but he has no charge, no Archons, no Temple Archives. This army does have a bit of an expiration date for Mindel. Meanwhile, LetaleX has got his Immortals, has 5 Immortals back at home. Archons are on the way, building up a very beefy army. It's going to be very robust, very cost efficient. And we're putting a lot of faith in these Adepts. A lot of faith back. And again, Mindel, he had an impressive hold, an impressive defense. Sorry, LetaleX, I meant to say. Impressive hold, impressive defense. Made it. He does rotate over. He's almost maxed out, and the soup does lie. You can see here in the supplies that both armies are relatively close when it comes to the overall army supply, but one is definitely higher tech than the other. One is definitely more efficient. Now, this mass adept composition that MindelVK has, it can trade well against zealots. That is true. Like charge lots, they can struggle against this, but that's where the Archons come into play. Also, zealots are cheaper as they're on the minerals. And LetaleX does move in. Blinks forward as zealots take it into the mineral line. Immortals are lagging behind. So a bit of an awkward engage here from LetaleX. True. And probes are going down. Oh my god. Adepts they pop off at 15 probe kills across the map. And LetaleX turns everything around. Yeah, he turns around. Nice damage here from MindelVK, buying a lot of time. Remember, he has the more mobile composition. The Prism! No, no, he sees it! Yes, nice Prism, no reinforcements. Zealots are being thrown away. So better pickoffs here by Mindel. In a head-on fight, I still think I favored LetaleX here, but he's bleeding out a lot around the edge. Yeah, that's not sure they're tempted to shade. Blinks in, gets an Immortal. Sorry, gets an Archon. Archon gets picked off, going for another. The Stalkers, they do get some nice big offs here, going for the Immortal. And he wants that Archon. He wants it. He gets it. And LetaleX, he's bleeding out too much. He's just bleeding off too many units here. Yeah, losing another Archon. Down to what, 4 Immortals, 1 Archon left. His army just getting picked apart. He has no reinforcements. Zealots they get across the map instead. But LetaleX, he will lose everything. He will lose everything here. Yeah, blinks forward, dives on the Immortal, dives on the Archon. Back at home, we have Adepts to reinforce, Adepts to defend. And again, LetaleX had potential until the Adept harass. It just completely pulled away his attention. It was just a massive distraction, and with that, MindelVK snowballing out of control. Impressive. He breaks through, gets across the map. Takes down the 4th. Then we get Disruptors on the way. Oh! Nova's connecting. A decent Nova, but it shouldn't be enough. Oh! Yeah, it's another Nova. Does not quite connect. Disruptors are going down. Army busts in. Novas, they're doing well for themselves. Don't get me wrong. But the pros, the boys are being pulled away. Every probe is going to go down in the main. 29 probe kills. There's a recall back home. Adepts are being thrown away. And it cripples the economy. 30 probes. Shades back to the natural. Trading as best he can. And now finally, charge. Charge has begun. +1 armor as well. MindelVK switching to, again, something more cost efficient. Out of Glaive Depths into charge lots. As Mindel, he has to respect the army, he has to respect those disruptors. Pulls away. Pulls away, rotates back around, headed once again for the expansions. And LetaleX is out of position. He's completely out of position here. The armies, we're going for the base trade essentially. We're going for the base trade. Adepts go for the mineral lines. Stalkers into the main. He's going for the production, depowering as much as he can. It's going to be one defensive disruptor. No! Rallies into the army. Disruptor goes down. Going for more pylons. And MindelVK should be warping it back at home. And he is. There he goes, warping into his own third. Boys being pulled, he's fighting with shield batteries. Oof. And MindelVK punishes. Punishes LetaleX. Chasing him back, kills the natural. Jeez. Disruptors did make it back home. They made it home to defend, but that's going to be a kill on the bay. Kills the bay, kills the Temple Archives, kills all the tech. Oof. How's it going up? And GG gets called. GG gets called. MindelVK, he'll take game number 1. GG. Whew. Hi. GG will play it again. MindelVK, he was forced into, I would say, a subpar army, but a more mobile composition. And in a head-on fight, I was favoring LetaleX. LetaleX, he did have the stronger army in head-on engagement, but we saw that we didn't get a head-on engagement. What did we see? MindelVK went for the Adepts to counterattack. They harassed the natural and the third base, and LetaleX was distracted. He was distracted. He was pulled apart. He turned around, went back home, and we saw that he was just picked apart by the Mass Stalker, the Archons, the Immortals, the everything. GG. GG, well played. Mass Adepts versus Immortals, new meta confirmed. If you haven't been watching a lot of PvP, going Adepts is an alternate kind of answer, an alternate composition you can go for. We do see them very commonly in the mid game. They're very mid tier, I should say, very mid tier army, because they do really well when it comes to tanking Immortal and Stalker shots, and they do well against Zealots, but they don't really scale too well because in the end, Charge or Archon should be able to overwhelm. I say should. Remember, the Prism got sniped, no reinforcements, attention was distracted, supply went back home, like everything kind of fell apart there for LetaleX, and he wasn't able to make full use of his army where he should have had the advantage. But GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into game 2. With that, MindelVK takes a lead, and now we're jumping into that second game. Let's go. Let us go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Republic, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, leading the series 1-0. Representing Sidestorm Gaming, it is MindelVK. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Italian Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. Here we go. So we're getting into that second game, and again, we had a very chaotic game number 1. And we'll see how things slow down in game 2. Welcome to the Old Republic. Old Republic is a very large map of the map pool. Longer rush distance by ground. A lot of prime proxy locations, true. And we'll see if anyone is tempted to proxy. Who's tempted, Pat? Who's tempted? Now we do have initial gateways. No proxies out of anyone. No pylons. As a reminder, LetaleX did open up with Sentry Expand last game. Did go for a very greedy build that he got away with. Did get away with greed. We'll see what it goes for this time. Waiting for the Cybercores. Do we open up a double Stalker, double Adept, Stalker Sentry, or Sentry Expand? It is going to be Sentry Expand, a greedy build once again out of LetaleX. Meanwhile, Stalker Sentry out of MindelVK, going for a standard opener himself. Again, this is the same opener that we saw in game number 1. LetaleX, he's forced to make the Stalker, as MindelVK is pylon blocking. So this is a slightly better start for Mindel. Basically, LetaleX, he wanted to be greedy, that's why the Stalker is late. Because the Stalker is late, the pylon will last even longer, and it's going to take longer for the expansion to arrive. As opposed to Mindel, who already has a Stalker, is already working on that pylon. Okay, pylon goes down, Mindel can now expand, so can LetaleX. Both players do get their bases. Oh. To build up. And from here, we'll see what we tech. Do we go for the Robo, the Twilight Council, the Stargate? How do we open up? Oh, we have the answer. Twilight Council already here by LetaleX. Now, if you remember, last game, LetaleX went for a Robo opener into earlier Immortal production to survive and to defend with his greedier build, and he got away with it. This time, earlier, Blink. And we do see something very similar out of MindelVK. So getting into Blink. Okay, so again, we are building up. And so far, no major deviations. We do have a third base on the way for LetaleX, and we'll see if MindelVK goes for extra gateways or his own third, and it should be a third. Yeah. So much more passive. Building up. From here, we're building up back at home, getting our third bases. We have Blink on the way, Robo, Forge as well. Everything, it's just mirrored builds. This is kind of like the traditional like EU PvP. Is we're just building up into the mid game, getting a 3-base saturation into Stalker, into Charge, into Archons, into Immortals. Looks like we should be building up to 4 bases. We go. Which, despite all the PvPs that we've had today, like, I appreciate that we're just now getting it here. Towards the end of the broadcast, we had more explosive PvPs earlier. But here, there's Charge, extra gateways. We should soon be seeing the Robo. I mean, the Robo's already done. And this typically leads into Archons. Building up, getting our gateways, and again, because of the longer rush distance by ground, we're just not pushing. We're just turtling. We're just turtling up. Rolling up, rolling up. Fourth base now on the way. We're still staying on a lower gas count. True, true. Without extra gases, we can't really afford taking up yet. See when and if that changes. Now building up more gates. There's the Temple Archives working towards the Archons. Gases are now being taken for MindelVK. And we should be seeing gases and the Temple Archives from LetaleX soon as well. There it is. Temple Archives. And we should regain those gases. So it's like no rush 10 minutes. Prism is on the way. LetaleX staying on a lower gas count. Okay, he's going to be more committed, more aggressive. Never mind. There we go. There we go. Gas is now on the way. There's the first Archon for Mindel. And a big shout out to Garlic Beats in the chat. Gaha, papi, gaha. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime for 15 months. Thank you, papi. Thank you. Do appreciate the support. Como siempre. As always, as always. Thank you. As again, we're here with the final series of the broadcast. Final best of 3. Last one. Last one. But I'm a little bit concerned here about the lower gas count from our blue Protoss player. He's getting his third Archon, he's moving out. MindelVK at home is setting up as well. Now, a lot of this comes down to the engage. A lot of it comes down to how our players actually collapse into each other. You do want to keep your Zealots back. If you A move in, then you will just lose all the Zealots to the Archons, depending on the positioning. As the armies, they actually almost pass by each other. Zealots to Scouts, and we're going for the base trade. So, no rush 9 minutes into base trade. I say that MindelVK does turn around. Oh, turns around. Comes back home. This fourth base should fall. Mindel, he has returned. And he wants to catch the army. He does get a Stalker. Stalker goes down. Nice control by Mindel. He pulls back the Zealots. Getting a bit of concave. The Prism. Ooh, Prism gets sniped. Miscontrol by Mindel, but you can see there are no Zealots left. And without Zealots, he's going to lose everything. The Archons are being focused on. He gets one. He gets 2 Archons. They do not recall back. Massive losses there for LetaleX. LetaleX, he does kill the pace, but he does take a bad fight when it comes to the army. As he will lose the final Archon. There's a blink in. Final Archon good to go down. And Mindel, he retained all of those charge lots of the Archons as well. Jesus, he has a massive army, and he can just push out here. Just waiting for his Prism. Prism is out. MindelVK does commit. And again, he has a massive army to work with. He has double the Archon count. That's all that matters, papi. LetaleX trying to keep up. Yeah, better concave here for MindelVK. Does collapse in, a better arc. Archons are lagging behind, true. Lagging a little bit behind, but there we go. They do catch up. And the Archons are breaking through. Stalkers blink in. A bit of an awkward movement here from Mindel. The Archons are going to get in there. Jesus. And they're dropping out a little bit. The boys are being pulled into Archons. You hate to see it. Diving on the Immortal. And Mindel, he does have enough. Breaks through the Zealots. Breaks through the main army. And there's almost nothing here. There's nothing left. We're down to 4 Stalkers. Get out of here. 3. 3 Stalkers left. Down to 2. Does try to reinforce, does try to warp in, but again, LetaleX, he just took a really rough fight earlier. Losing all the Archons previously was brutal. That meant that he had no defense. He had no defense, and even here, like, MindelVK did blunder his attack, but GG gets called, and MindelVK will take the series 2-0. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations here to MindelVK as it does claim the series, does advance on into the next round. My condolences to LetaleX. Honestly, I feel like LetaleX, we could have seen an ace match very easily. Game one was very clutch, very close, very in favor of LetaleX early on. He got away with his greed, he built up a greater army, but he had a really rough engagement. He was distracted, he lost a bunch of probes, he was pulled apart left and right, and MindelVK just had his way with LetaleX's superior army. Here in game number 2, it was a little bit more cut and dry, with LetaleX staying on a lower gas count, MindelVK building up more Archons and taking a much better fight as well. Just snowballing from there. GG, well played. Did snowball out of control, and with that, congratulations, MindelVK will advance on. And do we have any updates on the Wikipedia page? Oh man, I might see them a little bit later actually. Yeah, will be later, but regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations here to MindelVK. He will claim the series, and with that, he'll advance on to the next round to face off against, I believe, Baby Marine. Yes, so it's going to be Baby Marine versus MindelVK in the lower bracket, and it's going to be Nickrat versus the winner of Demi and Mixu in the lower bracket as well. So we're kind of working through the bracket, working through the tournaments. I believe we're up to our top 2, 4, 6. Oh, we're up to our top 7. Top 7 players remaining here in the OSC Elite Rising Star tournament. Top 7 left. And I believe this event should be wrapping up in the next couple of weeks. I'm thinking like maybe like 2 weeks time to wrap up the event. Otherwise, GG, well played. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. That was our final series of the broadcast. Do apologize for going live a little bit late today, by like 10 minutes or so. I did sleep in, very tired. I got like 4 hours of sleep, if that. But regardless, we still have plenty more StarCraft ahead of us here. We have the Pegasus Cup tomorrow. That's going to be in less than 24 hours. In less than 24 hours, we're live with Pegasus Cup. We have the Wardy TV Monday broadcast that evening. We have the Turtle Tussle on Thursday. We have the Pondcast on Thursday. We have Kung Fu Cup Friday, Saturday, and we have Tuna Cup on Sunday. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. You can see here Thursday, I do have this afternoon off. Tuesday we have this afternoon off. Usually I try to stream some ladder and stream some StarCraft, but I am very fatigued, so I think I'm just gonna try to get some sleep. I'm gonna get some breakfast, I'm gonna get some food, then I'm probably gonna get to do some like chores around the house, probably work on the garden a little bit before passing out and getting some sleep. I think that'll be the plan. I might be streaming later on tonight. We might have a Final Fantasy stream. That'll be ideal. Might have a little bit of time to have a Final Fantasy stream. Yeah, it's been quite a journey having some pet bunnies. For those that are curious, we did get some pet bunnies like, what was it, like 2 months ago, a couple of months ago at this point. But they are nocturnal for the most part. So typically, basically, whenever I finish casting in the evening, that's when I spend time with them. And because of that, I end up going to bed like at around like 4 a.m, 5 a.m. So not a lot of sleep. But we're hanging in there, baby, hanging in there. The morning casts are brutal because of that. The morning casts are a little bit low energy as a result. I might have to resort to some caffeine, baby. Maybe. But they're very cute. And they are a handful, especially right now. They're very hormonal, very high energy. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. Again, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Pegasus Cup. Pegasus Cup is going to be tomorrow. If you want to tune in to more of the CranKy Ducklings, then check us out on the socials, !socials in the chat. You can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. If you want to check out our pet bunnies, so you can see them in our Discord server. We do post them. We have the animals channel for that. Otherwise, we upload on YouTube on a daily basis. Every day, we have YouTube. We have plenty of YouTube content. We stream on YouTube as well, so if you missed out on something, if you want to watch like the Wardy TV Monday or Kung Fu Cup or Turtle Tussle or Tuna Cup, if you want to watch something, the podcast as well, all things StarCraft, that's our weekly podcast, weekly talk show. If you want to tune in, then, and if you can't watch it live, YouTube is the place to be. YouTube is the place to be. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support. We do appreciate it. think you should bring them out to cheer on Bunny next time he plays. If you weren't here for it, for like 4 days, I did have Bunny Cam. That's why you can see with my plushies it says ! Bunny Cam. It lasted less than a week. I did have a Bunny Cam to show them off, but the Bunny Cam was destroyed. I say destroyed. It was like hanging on the edge of their enclosure, and one day like it just fell. It toppled over, it toppled in, and it fell into their water bowl. And yeah, with that, it was quite expensive actually. It was so it feels bad, man. Feels bad. I still have it here. I still have it here. This is the wireless camera that I was using. It fell into the water bowl. I did put it in a bag of rice, hoping that it could save it. No. I mean, it kind of did. Like the camera still works, but it's like a slideshow. Like instead, it's like one frame every like 20 seconds sort of thing. So it's like barely functioning after that incident. But yes, F's in the chat for Bunny Cam. It lasted like 4 days. Smurge. New Bunny Cam sub goal. Yes, we need a new Bunny Cam. 10 p.m. starting time is good all for Brazil though. True. The Pixar thing. Yeah, the Pixar Cup starts really late. It starts really late compared to like our regular casting. Well, hello Sinistro, hello. But yes, I will badge. Just got here. No. Good morning, baby. Good morning. But yes, we're wrapping up for the day. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I might stream later on tonight on my personal channel. I might stream like some Final Fantasy, maybe some ladder if I wake up in time. But I'm probably just gonna pass the hell out. So light in the chat if you want to check out my personal channel. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for Picker's Cup. Picker's Cup's gonna be tomorrow. We'll see you then. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Until then, wanted to join Rockets for casting it, but it's a big no-go since I have magic at night and Wednesday, and I can do full work shift, 4 hours, TCG, less than 6 hours sleep. For sure. I think even Rocklets, I don't think he casts all the time. I think because it's so late, I think even Rocklets, like it's only every now and then that he shows up. Recently. I think because like it's just so much later. So it feels bad, man. Feels bad. But understandable. I know it's quite late in Latino America. He subbed before the finals last week. Yeah, exactly. For sure. But otherwise, thanks for watching. And again, you can support us on Patreon if you wish. Patreon is the place to be. Our Patreon does fund our tournaments. It funds SDO, MSO, and STC. All of our monthlies and weekly tournaments are funded via Patreon. Thank you so much to all of our current patrons. Thank you so much for the support that we do get. Thanks to your support, we're able to host our events on a regular basis and able to grow them as well. So if you want to help us boost the prize pool of our tournaments, you can do so via Patreon. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for Pikachu Cup. See you tomorrow, papi. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi. Ciao. Hasta luego.